Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be going over XRP. We're also going to be looking at Bitcoin. None of this is financial advice. We're just going to take a look at the markets. There's been a lot going on. There's been some, volatility today as expected, as we are coming up on. I'm just going to cover this real quick. This is trending on Twitter. Dubai's, this is Brad Garlinghouse, obviously. Dubai's regulators have consistently demonstrated their pro-innovation approach with this announcement as the latest example. So they're having the Swell event in Dubai. Ripple will continue doubling down in regions where there is regulatory clarity for crypto. A key reason we are hosting Ripple Swell in Dubai this year. Today, so this is what he's referring to. Today, the Dubai Financial Services Authority, DFSA, approved XRP under its virtual asset regimen, allowing licensed firms in the Dubai International Finance Center, DIFC, to incorporate XRP into their virtual asset services. So this is huge news to go, on with what is also driving the price of XRP, and that is the case with SEC. So we're gonna, and they're expecting, there's rumors out, I don't know if they're real, true, whatever, that SEC has a proposed $20 million settling offer, I guess. Whether or not they will take it, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We're just gonna take a quick look at the charts here. I'm gonna look at Bitcoin. Let's zoom out to the daily. We'll go out from the daily. Not gonna take a whole lot of time here. We've been pretty much at the same place here on Bitcoin now for a few days. We've been at this resistance trend, daily resistance. So it's pretty distinct trend we have going on here. I'll bring it up a little bit. We're showing bearish divergence on the RSI. It's the only reason I had this up. We're also at a daily resistance level, so we're at two of the strongest indicators as far as technical analysis goes. One thing that's really driving the price of Bitcoin right now is the ETF speculation. So pretty much these markets thrive off of speculation, meaning not I wouldn't say, well, I guess you would say rumors, but nothing is really for sure until it happens. So you always just gotta remember that it's a highly speculative people. That's what they do, they speculate, guess, and a lot of times you can get fairly accurate, people do. But so with that being said, let's go into the 4-hour here. This is the price for the 4-hour, looking to beat 35.5. Basically, we see a break on the other side of this trend. We have one here, stopped out, came down. Originally we were in this triangle. We were in a bit of a triangle right here. Covered this on a previous call, but typically this is a continuation pattern, even though it's an equidistant. I mean, these angles are basically the same. But because of what's driving the markets, and because of the previous trend, go ahead and get rid of this, then these are more prone to be continuations. But as you can see, when we broke out here, we came to the daily resistance trend, and we're in the daily resistance zone right here. It's also psychological support, and it's a technical support. So with these indicators here, and the fact that we had already traveled up quite a bit, things started to take a turn right down in this area. It looked like we were going to continue on down with the cycle, and this is it right here. We had that spot Bitcoin ETF false flag on Twitter. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now on Twitter. A lot of people go there. The Binance glitches. We had a crypto.com glitch for XRP, also a new one. So there was one on Binance. There was one on crypto.com. I think it was for like $270 something XRP. You know, in my mind, I'm just thinking it's intentional. You know, why was it put there? Been thinking this. So on the 1 hour, still just looking to beat, you know, to close somewhere, and we want to see preferably, you know, for buying. Again, not suggesting anyone buy anything or sell anything. It's just showing what we know here. So want to see it break, a solid break, and instead of like this one right here where it broke and it had a long wick on top, it came back in, retested, fell. We want to see the opposite. We want to see a rejection of some kind if we're going to come back down and test this, you know, preferably. And that's just, you know, personally, I mean, that's what I would be looking for on a smaller time frame. You know, might not catch it if it does breach on a retest. You know, a lot of times I'm looking on smaller time frames to catch a retest when it comes to crypto, because when something breaks, a lot of times it happens so fast that you're not going to catch your confirmation for a continuation on a larger time frame, say like the, you know, 15-minute or something like that. But so looking, you know, to break the resistance trend, the daily resistance trend, or come down and fill some of these gaps up. Let's go to the 4 hour again and just look at some of these. We have that possibility, and then we have this daily fair value gap. Let's go to the daily again. We'll hop on to XRP in just a second, but determining sentiment, what's happening right now with Bitcoin is important, because, you know, a lot of the times, and this is what it is, Bitcoins, or the rest of the coins, are going to go where Bitcoin goes. Now, if something happens, we see the SEC settle, you know, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple settle with the SEC for the 20 million, then we might see a difference here. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at XRP Bitcoin chart. So I was looking at this the other day. We were on the 1 hour. It's actually still marked up. So this was before this was here. It actually did play out. We're above the 1100 moving average here on, for those of you who don't know, this is XRP versus Bitcoin basically. So if the chart's going up, then that means that XRP has been, you know, growing faster than Bitcoin, basically, long and short of it. This pattern that we're seeing, we're going to see, this is going to look very similar to the XRP chart, but this pattern is very, this setup happens a lot with XRP. This right here, this wick, to me, this is just straight up clearinghouse. We'll look at the setup on XRP. I have quite a bit of screen time when it comes to watching this stuff. This plate I'm very familiar with, and it goes something like this. And again, not saying this is what's going to happen, just saying there's a high percentage of the time that this is what happens. We get a descending wedge into some type of support. Here we are at 60, 65, 66. Okay, so we're around a psychological. We're also at the MA, 50 MA. So what happens here the majority of the time, this is what I wanted to get to. We'll go out to higher time frames in just a minute, but just wanted to cover this real quick because we have seen this several times on this climb so far, and it's played out each time. It hasn't been perfect each time, but generally it goes something like this. We'll get a breakout from a falling wedge into some type of support, and then we'll get a retest back down, and this turns into a head and shoulders. This actually happened right here on the 15-minute. It didn't play out all the way, obviously. We were coming up to, there's a weekly resistance up here. We're going to take a look at that in a second. But we reached this high close, came down, you know, was expecting this, waiting for this, and for the price action today when we came down, you know, was just because of the events and what's happening right now. There's so much going on that, you know, I'm hearing people that, you know, like friends and acquaintances and things that aren't into crypto so much, and they're, you know, talking about this. So that's a bearish indicator to me. The fact that this is on, you know, this is mainstream. So this spike down that we saw today at around 65 cents might not be the one that I was personally looking for. It was a pretty good fall. It happened fairly fast, but you know, we could come down to this 1100 down here to around 60 cents. More than anything, looking down. Zoom out a little bit. More than anything, I'm looking down, like where are the supports. So let's go to the higher time frame and we'll map out some supports. This 1100 is a big one. And again, so on the daily, this is right around 62 cents. Not seeing any imbalances minus here. I remember when this happened. So we have an imbalance here. Daily imbalance. There's a daily fair value gap. Right around 50 cents. Also, let's start a little bit further out and look. So wherever we've seen price turn around before, they call these swings. So these are swing lows. Price swung into another direction. Here's another one of those within these scenarios right here. So we had a wedge. We had falling wedge. And then we had, so right here, shoulder, head, shoulder. So that's another time that we've seen that here recently. I'm not going to go back and try to find the other times, but I just happened to see that. So anyways, I'm just going to drop some lines right here. Right about here. 46 cents. What I'm looking for is a liquidity sweep, basically, you know, an institutional move. And from looking at Bitcoin, pretty much the majority of the day today was seeing, and XRP was seeing, you know, intentional, like, market maker moves on smaller time frames. So, and I haven't seen them as much as I have today. So it seems like, you know, that there's a lot of head fakes, I guess you would say, going on. Excuse me. But it's back. So this support around 46 cents. What I'm looking for are areas where would I drop the price? Where is the liquidity at? You know, surely under the 1100 here, between this fair value gap on the daily. Basically just making a plan to, if price does come down here, like what's the plan, and be ready for that. So, you know, and not only just like ready for that, but ready for that as like not a bad thing, but a good thing. Because when it comes down to it, as long as the fundamentals are strong, again, not financial advice, as long as the fundamentals are strong, then, be buying down here. Not saying buy anything. I'm just saying personally, that's what we did today. We covered up a lot of these imbalances. And so just looking at next possible stop, this is such a big, like everyone's eyes on this right now, in the crypto market in general. So to help give a boost up, market makers will, whales, institutions, hedge funds, they'll push the price down to collect money, your money, or your money, and other investors. Not only that, but so that they can get a lower price, because when they sell in such high volume that they can push the market down. So if it's about to go global, and it already has gone global pretty much, but I mean for the states, and the states is kind of like the missing link. So before that happens, and it's official, then I'm thinking, wouldn't they like to pay half as much and maybe push the price down here and load it up for a ramp off, from there. So looking around 35 cents here. We'll go ahead and skip and go to the bottom over here. 30 cents. This is just my personal opinion, but I don't see him going below 30 cents. And you be prepared for whatever kind of news. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen at all, because I don't have a clue. But I know things are extremely bullish right now, just from looking at the price action and from looking at the news and staying up to date with all this stuff, throughout the days and months and years. So I've seen a lot of things happen, so just seeing like big events and stuff like this happen, even though I've never seen anything as big as this, possibly come to fruition or to happening, have seen other things, and a lot of times there's heavy manipulation around these events. So just be cautious of that. Let's go into back to the 1 hour. And so what I'm looking for right now, y'all let me know what you think. What do you think that this is going to happen? Is there going to be an announcement on tomorrow or the 9th for a settlement? Is there going to be something at the Swell event starting tomorrow? So both of these things are happening at the same time. So that's just why I'm just a little bit more cautious right now than ever before. Not really cautious, but prepared. Actually expecting to see, some more manipulation. I think we've seen it on a, pretty good scale today, and yesterday, but we're getting closer. And I know that I'm not the only one that was sitting waiting for the market to drop and then seeing it drop, but I'm not 100% convinced that was the drop that I was looking for. So let me know what y'all think. Where's the price going? What are some of your projections for price if SEC and Ripple settle? Where do you think that the price is going to head? What do you think is going to happen with Bitcoin in the ETFs? Just drop a comment. I'd like to see what y'all are thinking out there. it's always good to get another perspective, just being by yourself and sticking to yourself. It could be a limited success, because you only get to see your own point of view. It's another reason why we're getting on here and just going over, what we're seeing. If you have something that you would like to add to, then feel free to drop it in the comments. If you have any questions too, drop them in the comments. If you'd like to check out another chart, or you have any questions at all about any of this stuff, I have quite a bit of experience doing this. Like I said, seeing a lot, and there's still a whole lot more to see, I'm sure. But at the same time, here to answer questions, here to get insight too. Maybe something that I don't know, or something that I missed. I'd like to just keep a broad view on what's happening fundamentally. I don't really get too far into the fundamentals. For me, it's easier to just keep that broader view and not get wrapped up in all the details, and follow, because knowing what's driving price to put along with price action, I mean, that's the key. I'm stronger technically than I am fundamentally. If I see a match in fundamentals and technicals, like we've seen, obviously, like if we saw the case end or something like that, like right here, this would definitely be in confluence with each other. So anyways, didn't want to take up too much time, you guys, but just wanted to get on here and hop on, give an update. It's been a pretty wild day. We saw price drop, nearly 10 cents. Nearly 10 cents. I was looking for really a 20-cent drop, but it's not over yet. We're coming up on the 8th and the 9th. Let me know what y'all think is going to happen. Share your insights, share your questions, and we will get back to you on the next one. See ya.